Good afternoon. I'm waiting for fresh prices to come by here.
Fresh price?
You know, when gold is... What?
No, go ahead.
Okay, 1542, 40 up 970, 3621. Is that 3621? I think so. Up 3 cents on silver. We're up 970 and 3 cents. I'll update you as we go along. And they tried like mad to get both metals down today because of the dreadful information coming in. And during the course of the day, the stocks gold and silver stocks all ran up. They knocked them right back down again. They turned around and ran back up again. I don't have the closes as yet, but it's all market manipulation. Silver at one time, what was it, off $1.05 or $1.10?
It broke down through 35 down to 34.92.
So yeah, that's about right. About $1.05 or $1.10, I guess.
A little more than that, yeah.
So, and the attack came at 6:20 this morning. Actually, a little bit before that, about 6 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And they took it right down from a -12 to a -76 cents. And then they took it down to a -99 at 7 o'clock. And gold was off 610 at that time. Then the figures came in a little while after that on employment, and there were some other figures, I forget what they were. And gold took off. It was up $11. And silver never got up much on the day. We're up $9.80 now on gold, 3 cents on silver, and it is $36.23. So it's a good day, considering. It just shows you they know what news is coming. They attack a day or two ahead, try to knock prices down. In the stock market, they take prices up. So that if anything negative comes, the market goes off a bit, and you were where you were the day before yesterday, if you know what I mean. And so they didn't accomplish what they wanted. It looks like the market's closing down 97 down points. The euro is up 1.47 today. And the yen was up 0.74, which is strong. And I haven't watched this much of the day. I got so many emails, I just can't answer them all. Incredible. Be sure when you send an email it's important. Anyway, a good day all around. I'll have something just came up here. I don't know what they're talking about. Anyway, every time they can, they try to say something negative towards gold and silver. Never, ever positive. But in time, they'll pay a price for that. You know, gold's holding in, silver's holding in steadily. Anyway, they over in Greece, they're talking about a meeting being held this afternoon. Now, it's 11:15 at night there, and so I don't know the results of these secret meetings. I mean, does anybody ever have any transparency anymore? So we get secret meetings between the EU and the president of the PM, prime minister for Greece. And supposedly it's a combination package. And Europe says they can live with that. But it involves selling off $70 billion worth of things. And it won't end up being 70. It'll be end up being 35 or 40 billion. Because these people are going to try to steal them. These people being bankers. And that's really what this is all about. Stealing the Greek assets. There's two major demonstrations going on in Athens right now. And the police are afraid they're going to merge together. And if they do, they won't be able to contain them. It's about 300,000 people. And for Greece, for Athens, it's a lot of people. It's not a big city. I don't think they're going to go along with anything. And if the president says he's going to sign off on this thing, illegally or legally, they will overthrow the government. That's what this has come to. Silver just moved up to a plus 7 cents. So anyway, that's the situation over there at the moment. I'm going to have to go. You don't get anything on CNBC in the United States about what's really going on in Europe. So I'm going to switch over to Sky out of London and see what I can pick up there, because sometimes they'll print what's going on without having the volume on. This is Bloomberg, London. So let's see what comes up on here. Anyway, those are exciting things that are going on. Trying to think of anything that's newsworthy. The police in some town somewhere, I can't remember where it was, went to serve a warrant on somebody that hadn't done anything at their home. And they used a SWAT team. And the man in the house had just come back from doing 2 tours in Vietnam, so there had been a lot of trouble, I guess, in the neighborhood. So he went to the door with his rifle, but it was on safety. He opened the door up. They shot him 64 times. 64 times. Now, what is wrong with these people? Unbelievable. I mean, the country is out of control. These people, these SWAT people, are homicidal maniacs. You know, I've been in shooting situations. When you shoot somebody 2 or 3 times, they go down, that's usually good enough. You don't have to stand over them and fire another 50 or 60 bullets at them. I mean, these people must be crazed. They should all be fired from their jobs. Every one of them. I mean, these people are professional murderers. And the man was in his house. I guess that doesn't make any difference anymore. I just thought I'd bring it up because I was so disgusted. It's in tomorrow's IF. I have the link in there on what happened. One of them had the temerity, I guess because he didn't get in the shooting, to run around to the car, police car, to get out an automatic weapon and empty a clip in him, which was another 30 rounds. No, why would a sane human being want to do something like that? It's beyond me. I mean, taking another person's life is a horrible thing. Or being with somebody who loses their life is a horrible thing, and both have happened to me. And I just can't believe some group of people would shoot somebody 64 times. I remember an instance of a man out of control and firing, and the policeman who shot him, he had to shoot him. Had to shoot him 9 times. For some reason, the guy just wouldn't go down. He's firing a 9mm. And that happens. Mm-hmm. Some people are hard to kill. And he just kept on coming. I mean, that's justifiable homicide. But anyway, and it'll teach you a lesson. You either use a 357 auto, 40 caliber, or a 45 automatic. You shoot them once with them, they're going down. They ain't going to get up. I know. I've been there. So we'll get off that subject. I don't have any questions today. So all of you wonderful listeners, please send a question or two in for us.
I do have some.
Oh, good, good. They forgot me. They don't love me anymore.
They don't. Oh, I wouldn't.
Yeah, but you're much easier to love than I am.
Oh, I don't know. Here's a question. This is in from David. He says he has heard that Social Security trustee reports say that there is enough money in Social Security to pay out until 2036. However, he also heard that recently Social Security started paying out more than it took in. As far as he knows, this has not changed. Is it also true that the Social Security Trust Fund is filled with nothing but U.S. government Treasury paper, making them unfunded liabilities essentially? What is the real status of Social Security, and why is there so much conflicting information on all sides?
Well, first of all, the money's been paid in. Second of all, the money's all been spent. They don't have any. And you know when it started? In June 1935. June 1935. FDR started looting that the minute the money came in. And they've looted it ever since. And yes, there are bonds that were issued by the United States government, and they're held in different locations. And those bonds are a promise to pay by the government to the Social Security system, which they looted. And now they don't have any money, so they can't pay them. So Social Security is broke because all the money was stolen. I was writing about this over 25 years ago. Nobody wanted to listen. Now, on paper, they probably have enough money to run another 25 years if the revenue continues to come in, but they're not going to use that revenue. Well, let me put it this way. If enough comes in to pay current Social Security recipients, then it's not a drag on the government. But if enough does not come in, and the government does not give Social Security the difference, then what will eventually happen is that the amount of money that people receive will be less than what they got before. And all of these congressmen, they have their own fund. They don't pay into Social Security. And they have their own retirement, their own medical, everything. They've all fixed themselves up pretty good. While the average retiree my age is either starving to death or can't afford to buy drugs. I mean, the drug prices are outrageous. And I've told you before, I've lived throughout Latin America in 8 different countries. And I would say the average knockoff in price is about 50%. 50%. And all the countries in the world get cheap prescription drugs, like on the level I'm talking about. And the U.S. pays twice as much as anybody else. And they allow it to happen. They won't do anything about it because the pharmaceutical companies, along with Wall Street and banking and insurance, transnational conglomerates, and selected illuminist organizations like McDonald's and General Electric and Coca-Cola and on and on and on, they get away with murder, so to speak. And so they never pay their fair share. And some of their products are way, way overpriced. And the pharmaceutical industry is a good example. So, anyway, what do we start talking about here? I got carried away there.
Well, we were talking about the Social Security. And,
So what's going to happen? Sooner or later, these rich people who run our country, and I'm not saying that to pit the rich against the poor or vice versa. I'm saying it because it's true. They're rich because they stole the money for the most part. I found out when I was a kid. You don't get that rich unless you're stealing. And there's lots of different ways to steal. Be as it may, Social Security is going to be reduced. I don't know when, but sooner or later they're going to cut it. And all these people my age are going to be screwed. And all you sons and daughters and grandsons and granddaughters are going to have to pay for their medicine, and you're going to have to pay to feed them. And if you don't do that, you're not a good person. Very simple. You know, in America, that's the way it used to be. Everybody took care of their own.
Yeah.
It was a very, very strong family unit society, and they've destroyed it.
And really, Bob, a lot of your European countries are still family-oriented. I mean, they just really destroyed this country to the big degree that it has been.
You're right, and it's the same in Latin America. People help each other. They really do. They even have these pools where people put money in, and when somebody wants to start a business or somebody gets deathly ill and can't afford the insurance, they're taken care of. Although most of the countries have something like Medicaid. And Medicaid, they have a national service. And every country I go to, I join it. Fortunately, we've never had to use it. And I do it because, I mean, there's another guy or gal who couldn't afford it to get that operation. Now they can have it, that sort of thing. So I always join that. And they have different names. And because I want to. I think that's the right thing to do, especially if you're going to live in somebody's country. Because you don't forget you're always a visitor. Even if you become a citizen of that country, you're still considered a visitor because, you know, you're not originally one of them, so to speak. And I suppose it's the same in every country.
And, you know, speaking about... speaking about, here's a gentleman, and we were talking about this prior to come in. We only have a few minutes till break, so this will fit this time perfectly. He's having a difficult time going through foreclosure, lost his job, and he's got a tax return. And since his home is in foreclosure, should he use that tax money for necessities other than property tax?
Well, if he's in foreclosure, there's no sense in paying the property tax. And but is the reason he's in foreclosure because of the property tax? So we got to find out. If it's not, he doesn't pay it. Let the bank pay it. Because because he's going to be kicked out of his house sooner or later. Although some of these people are going on 4 years now.
Yeah, yeah.
And I get a lot of stories like that. 4 years. I guess the average is about 18 months. Free rent.
And I hear the music for the break,
and I see the gold price. It's coming up right now.
Hurry up, hurry up.
Are you ready?
Hurry.
Bingo.
Hurry.
1542.60 up 990. Spot silver 36.22 up 1 penny.
All right. Thank you, Bob. We'll be right back, folks. Stay tuned.
You're still damn good. No one's gotten to you yet. Every time they were sure that you called, you were quicker than they thought.
Years ahead of the dominant media, FirstAmendmentRadio.com and FirstAmendmentRadio.net, around the world and on satellite.
Record budget deficits, bankruptcies galore, and the U.S. dollar is at an all-time low. With today's gloomy economic outlook, safe investments are often hard to find. For over a decade, Melody Cedarstrom at Discount Gold and Silver Trading Company has been helping people secure their future by investing in the precious metals. Melody has the honesty, integrity, and experience that is often lacking in the precious metals business. Let her put it to work for you. Call Discount Gold and Silver Trading at 800-375-4188. That's 800-375-4188.
Hi, Nicholas here. I used to lug those big jugs to the market to fill with water from those coin-operated filter machines, 25 cents a gallon or 5 gallons for $1. I used to. Then I got the big Berkey. Now I save my back and hundreds of dollars too. I was paying $600 for the same 3,000 gallons of water that a pair of black Berkey filters will provide from my own tap for only $99. This means that your Berkey water system will entirely pay for itself with only 1,500 gallons of use. And then you will still have 1,500 gallons left before you need to replace the filters. Do the math. Stop throwing your money away on bottled water and filter dispensers that may or may not be delivering as promised. For a limited time, First Amendment Radio is offering 10% off on the most popular Berkey water systems. Visit the shopping page at FirstAmendmentRadio.com or call us at 559-781-3773 for more information. Leave your name and address and we'll send you this special offer. Do it now. First Amendment Radio is an authorized distributor of Berkey products. The Greatest Prophecy DVD from Cross the Border Productions. Embrace the little-known but greatest prophecy given by the great high priest. The pre-incarnate Messiah reveals God's once secret plan for mankind. Believe it. Behold, the end times in Daniel chapter 2, because
the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof sure.
It is the key to prophecy future. Comprehend the 7-year great tribulation deception. Be not deceived. Understand the great prophecy delusion, because
if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect.
Be forewarned. America in prophecy, exposed for all to see. The mark of the beast. No, it's not a biochip. A much better and more secure technology is already here, and you are already using it. 2 copies, one for you and one for you to give away when you send a support donation of $25 to First Amendment Radio. Use the chip-in event on our website or send $25 cash to First Amendment Radio, 139 East Tulare Avenue, Tulare, California, 93274. Make copies and give them away. Send $25 cash for 2 copies of the Greatest Prophecy DVD. That's First Amendment Radio, 139 East Tulare Avenue, Tulare, Tulare, California, 93274. A wise man is forewarned and prepares for the time to come. The Greatest Prophecy DVD.
Hear it first on FirstAmendmentRadio.com and FirstAmendmentRadio.net, around the world and on satellite.
A gambler share, the
Thank you for joining us. You're listening to Financial Survival, brought to you by Discount Gold and Silver Trading. I'm Melody Cedarstrom. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. You've been listening to myself, Melody Cedarstrom, and Robert Chapman. For all your gold and silver coin needs, give us a call at 1-800-375-4188. That's 1-800-375-4188. And for your complimentary issues to the International Forecaster, give us a call on that phone number. And, Bob, would you like to tell us about the International Forecaster, please?
The forecast is about business, finance, economics, social, political issues all over the world. Published by email Wednesdays and Saturdays, runs around 40 pages each time. We have a hard copy that goes out twice a month. For those who are not on the Internet, everything that you need to know each week is in that publication. You can get a free introductory copy by going to theinternationalforecaster.com. theinternationalforecaster.com. Also, you can go to www.intforecaster.com. intforecaster.com. If you'd like to get a free copy, if you'd like to ask a question, and we answer everyone, and if you'd like to get a copy of our latest gold and silver share releases, email me at Bob, B-O-B, at intforecaster.com. Bob at intforecaster.com, or you can call toll-free.
Yes, they can. Yes, they can at 1-800-375-4188. That's 1-800-375-4188 for your complimentary issue to the International Forecaster. And, of course, your gold and silver coins here at Discount Gold and Silver. Just a quick comparison. You have a good price on, we got some great prices on some $62 $20 Liberties today. And remember, folks, and you know what, Bob, I get this said every time. I had a gentleman who sold out, about a bag and a half of silver. You know, he had some bills and so forth he had to take care of. And I said, well, I need your Social Security number. He says, on silver? I said, yeah, on anything $1,000 face value, we need your Social Security. Oh, you know, then they start complaining. It's like, hey, why didn't you buy $20 gold? I says, I wouldn't have to ask you for your Social Security number. There's a great deal of privacy with $20 gold, folks. And not only does it get the leverage, and it does take a special market. It's a panic market in which I believe we're beginning to enter. Totally different from 8 months ago when we were coming into October, November, and December. Totally different. So it's a great time to be picking them up. The spreads, they're going to begin to get wider and wider from bullion. This is one of the closest times they've been, it's been a while since they've been this close to what a Gold Eagle coin would be. Extra fines, the price, there's only a $50 spread between an extra fine $20 Liberty and a Mint State 62 $20 Liberty. And the reason I'm talking about 62 $20 Liberties today is because the $10 Liberties in Mint State 62, remember, I was telling you to buy those because they were selling for less than the $20 Liberties. Well, they've caught up. They're the same price. So either or is a good price and a good purchase. But you have a $50 spread between an extra fine $20 Liberty and a 62 $20 Liberty. What's the point of buying an opinion coin? You don't know what you're getting. I've told you about opinion coins before. It's the opinion of the person that you're selling it to as far as the value of your coin and what you're going to get paid for it. There's been huge discrepancies when people trade these back in when they're upgrading from extra fines into Mint State coins. There's been some huge discrepancies for the value of the coins of which that they've received. So it's just pay that extra $50 and get some quality to your portfolio. Gold Eagles and the Mint State 62 $20 Liberty.